Oh, hello, stranger. What are you doing in my apartment?
Well, you know, Elvira let me in.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
See, that's how you guys know
It's because she knows we're not friends anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So apparently people in the comments think that you and I aren't friends anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
All I could think of was recently there's a picture that James Gunn shared with him and Zack Snyder, and like Zack Snyder used to run DC Comics and he got fired. Now Gunn does, and they say that like those aren't friends; they were doing it as a publicity thing. So I thought it'd be funny if we just recreated that picture and
there
people.
You go, yeah. Here's our publicity stuff.
Yeah. So we've been busy.
Yeah,
we've been very, very busy.
Yeah. I'm moving to New Jersey.
And I
mentioned that.
Yeah, I live where I've been recording, but so I haven't seen you since November.
Yeah, just about.
We filmed, yeah. So that was the last time.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Or was that earlier?
Filming was after Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, we filmed once in Delaware.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
Yes, Amityville was the last time.
Yes, and then because you weren't at the December shoot.
No.
We didn't really need you. That was that was a long Fallon day. I had my hands full that day.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so then we filmed. You helped me move.
Yes.
And we filmed the thing about the goldfish crackers.
Yes.
Was that what it was?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
They were Frank's Red Hot Goldfish.
That's right. Okay, I was like, I know Metz was here.
Yeah, because initially I was like, if you don't like them, I'll take them.
Yeah.
And we were like,
no, they were good.
These.
Yeah, and I think I've actually bought more since then. So.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
damn it. I just remembered I have something for nutrition. But I also didn't know I was going to be coming over today.
That's true.
So.
Yeah, you texted me. Again, we haven't seen each other, but we still talk like every week.
Yeah, exactly.
Mostly through sharing memes. I send you a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then like, we in the past, like we've had we had someone in our Discord pass away.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I didn't know about because I don't always get a chance to check it all the time.
Yeah.
So we had that happen, and then we had a former employee that you worked with that worked for me.
Oh my God.
Engaged.
That was insane. That's how you found out I have a new phone number?
Yeah, because I was like, why are you not getting back to me?
Why are you answering me? And I was like, what do you mean? I haven't gotten anything from you. And I was like, oh, shit.
And then, because I would go through my phone to find the other one. And I was just, because I have a regular picture of you. And then I have, like, the inverse, which is you with all the makeup on.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like, oh, that's right. It's Metz 1 and Metz 2. Yeah. And I was like, all right, so I'm going to start texting Metz 2 now.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so we've had a lot of weird things that have happened over the last few months. But we stay in touch. Yeah. I've been busy. I've been having, other people come up and hang out and stuff like that. And we're just trying to replace you. We're trying to, like...
No, that's clearly. And you have to get a lot of people to replace me, so I should be flattered.
Well, that was the whole thing, was just, like, somebody in one of the shitty comments that I got was just, like, about how, like, I keep trying to find someone to come hang out with me because Metz doesn't talk to me anymore. So I'll send that to them. Like, I'll send that to Jeanette or to Amber or something like that.
Be like, see, guys, you're just a bad Metz replacement.
Yeah, and they were just like, wait, what? And I was like, don't worry about it. Being my friend is a lot more difficult than it seems to be. And then the other one, we shot 2 videos with the one girl, and she didn't like that. She didn't realize that a conversation with me goes in the ways that it goes.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess she was like... she didn't sleep that night, and she like texted me at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And she's like, you can't use this, and this, and I was like, shit, you remembered all of that? I was like, once I hit record, I don't know what I said anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna use one little clip of it, but now that she's kind of got to know me.
Yeah, okay.
A bit better. She realizes that there's just no filter or inhibition. But I'm just so used to having these conversations with you, or like with Melissa or something like that, that it's just like, I guess.
Yeah, some people don't like that.
Yeah, right? It's weird, right?
Yeah.
At least, but again, like, you have Amber come over, and Amber, she and I knew each other when we were teenagers, but, she's a mom now, and has, like, a respectful job and stuff like that, and we're sitting here and having these conversations, and then when it was over, she didn't say anything about it. She's like, oh, it was really funny, because I guess she got to not be, like, a mom in that period of time.
That's good.
So, yeah, she called me the other night, because apparently she'll call me, I was going to say what she's doing, but I'm not going to.
Oh.
She's relaxing.
Yeah.
On a Saturday night, and she'll call me, and then we'll wind up talking for like 3 or 4 hours about just like what it's like to be like a mom.
Okay.
And like and like the what do they call that? What's it called? Like when you're like a room mom's, like the PTA or something.
Oh
like that.
yeah.
So they're gonna do like a year, and her kid is 5.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know how to relate to people
right?
my own age, let alone a 5-year-old. But she was like, yeah, they want to do this like thing, and then she's like, they want to do like a song, and they were gonna do what's the fucking girl's name? Chaperone.
Oh yeah, Chaperone.
Yeah. Okay, they're gonna do
Chaperone.
Chaperone. What is it? You know?
It's Chapel Roan.
Chapel-Roan.
Yeah.
Okay. They were gonna do that Pink Pony song.
Okay, yeah.
And I said to her, I was like, well,
And all that.
do you think that like parents are gonna like get mad about that? And she's like, oh, why would they? And I was like, okay, here's you thinking like me,
Right.
but now you have to think like how a parent would think. So they all bitched and complained about this song like being suggestive and stuff like that. So I was just like, why don't you just do like ABC by like the Jackson 5? And then all the parents were okay with that. And I was like, even knowing Michael Jackson, which I think is bullshit. You know. But yeah, so it's weird. We were having this whole conversation. I was like, I forget that my friends like have like adult lives and children and shit like that.
Dude, my friend Shannon, I was telling you earlier, my friend Shannon just had
abnormally large baby.
Abnormally large infant. He was born at like 10 pounds.
Fuck.
Like, it was 10 pounds and some ounces.
Did she like, was it like natural birth?
Yeah. Well, sort of. She was induced.
Okay, no, but I mean
it
like.
wasn't a C-section, yeah, no.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
I was. For like a week when I changed my medication, I was like so constipated.
Yeah.
And it felt like, I know that my
you had abnormally.
Yes, like I know that my butthole isn't that big, but what it felt like in my body was like I was trying to push like a fucking like bowling ball through a lemon, you know?
Right? Oh my god. Yeah, no, yeah, she had her baby, he's healthy, he's happy.
Abnormally large
he's
infant.
Ginormous. He's a month old and he's already like growing out of his 0 to 3 months clothes. I know. Big baby, man. But yeah, and initially I was...
And he has a beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does have a full set of hair though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I initially, as you know, she's preparing to have him, I'm like, hey, or maybe it was right after, somewhere around there, not during the process, but I was like, you know, well, because it was long as she was induced, but I was like, hey, like, you know, I'm updated on my TDAT, but also I know that like everyone's gonna want to see him, so like let me know when you want me to come over. Like I didn't want to be rolling up as the like 200th distant relation. It was like, hey, let me see the baby, you know.
It's like
so
your baby has MRSA now because you have all these strangers.
Exactly. So and yeah, she's been very firm about like make sure you're vaccinated against this and all that, and she's run a few issues with that, but I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, no. So I was like, hey. I know that I was like, hey, I'll come hang out, but like, when do you actually want me to come over?
Yeah.
Because you just had a whole ass baby.
Yeah, you had
like a baby and a half.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And so yeah, she was like, yeah, we'll just wait until he's a little bit older, and then, you know, I assume
16.
meeting months older. Yeah, right. Because she's like, he's not gonna remember you anyway. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So,
wow,
you know,
how do you know?
At like 2 months? I mean, yeah, you know what? Probably. Like how fast he's developing.
Yeah, she had like a little fucking Benjamin Buttons over there. You know?
But yeah, so yeah, no, that's great. Sorry, I'm rambling
that's
about
right.
her. I'm so happy for her. I've been happy ever since she announced that she, you know, she's like, yep, pregnant. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy.
Is it yours?
No.
Okay.
Don't think so anyway. No.
We don't need any of those.
Right? But no, yeah, so now, like, everything she says is about, like, babies and whatnot. I mean, she obviously still has, like, her nerd life and all that. And just, she'll be like, oh, I took Sydney to this for the first time, and I'm like, oh, man. There's like a whole baby now.
Yeah.
You know, not in a bad way.
Not like a half a baby?
Yeah.
I just bring half a baby with me.
Right?
I'll just have half of that. It's like going to Subway. I don't want the whole thing.
Just have
sir, I don't think we can do that. You get one of those like things they cut paper in schools. Fine. Yeah.
But yes, anyway, sorry, that was me very long-windedly saying I relate to.
Yeah.
Now I have a mom friend.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, most of my friends have kids at this point.
It's wild.
Yeah, I
guess it makes sense. Like
like adults do that stuff. You know, I don't have that kind of like gene. I'm lacking that because we're having a conversation.
Well, I would obviously kill whatever baby.
Well, that's true. Because we were having I was talking to a friend of mine recently about if I had a paternal instinct.
Okay.
And literally they were like, "You've never given this any thought," and I was like, "No, like because I've never."
Same.
Again, I was in long form relationships where but you're careful about it and all that kind of stuff. So I never really had a whoopsie kind of moment. So no, I never really gave it any thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were.
I've just been so convinced. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna if anything happens,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oh, I don't have to think about it.
Yeah, I have an employee named Baron.
And
I was just like my womb.
Yeah, no, because recently at the factory we've been having a whole bunch of birthday parties, and I try to make anyone that I can. Sometimes I just can't, but and so there are just lots of small children running around, and then there's also
not abnormally large cute children.
Abnormally large children, and then
they're just dwarves dressed as children, like
right? They got full beards.
Yeah.
But I'm very good with them. Like all my friends at the factory making fun of me because I'm very not parental at all. And then oh okay, yeah, make sure. All right, are you sure I'm just taking care of them. And then I'll look back, they're like, "Aw," and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
Kids and animals love me, and I don't know what it is because I'm not. Animals I like. Kids I'm like, eh. Like my brother's son when he was 2. Like my mom she I don't remember what was going on where I was, but my brother's son came up to look at me and talk to me, and he's 2, and I was like, what do you want some formula or something?
Right,
and he's like, I'm 2, and I was like, what does that mean? Want a cigarette? What do you want from me, kid?
Yeah.
My mom was here on Sunday, and I forgot my stepdad's super allergic to cats.
Oh, okay.
Because remember he came to my. You met my mom and my stepdad before.
Yeah,
they
I
came
met
to
them at the pond.
Because my mom was like, "What happened to your wrestler friend?" And I was like, "Oh, they died. Really sad. They died." Yeah. Well, yeah, because I have had 5 people in the last 3 weeks.
No, that's fair. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking people.
And it just sucks to keep popping onto social media and seeing.
It's like, oh, someone else is dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And they're not one of them was somebody I was very close to. That sucked. But I mean, all of them do. But especially it's people my age who are dying of drug overdoses and shit like that.
That's rough.
And then here I am drinking at a go-go bar, and I'm like, hee, I'm drunk. I'm white girl wasted.
That video was so funny. Oh my god.
There was more to it.
Yeah.
I cut a lot of stuff out because I.
Oh no.
No, just because I've used certain people's names that I shouldn't use. Because apparently when I talk about certain friends, I say it in a way of friend because I almost say their name, and then I don't want to say the person's name because So I catch myself in it, but then it looks like I'm trying to be cavalier about it, it's a girlfriend or something like that. I was like, no, you didn't want your name said in the video, I keep fucking defending myself over everything. Yeah, and I'm like, what are you falling down the rabbit hole and watching all my stuff?
Right.
You're gonna watch this. Yeah, because somebody recently, somebody at work was like, they said something, and I was like, that's funny, and they're like, well, you said that, and I was just like, and I was like, when? And they're like, 2011, and I was like, what the fuck? They were watching, I guess 2 of the kids at work there were watching, old YouTube videos, and I was just like, where the fuck did you find those? They're like, yeah, we were, watching Vsauce videos, and then you popped up in 2 of them.
Sure, why not?
And then it led down that rabbit hole. I was like, holy shit, I totally forgot about those.
Yeah, I always show people the pickle cotton candy video because it's the funniest thing.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
My physical reaction, you just that's real bad.
Yeah. There's a store up the street here that has a bunch of novelty stuff, and they have those on top, and I just go.
Wait, do they have other flavor? Any weird things?
I haven't looked, but they probably do.
We can definitely find something.
Yeah.
Because I do have this will be a pleasant
okay,
one,
good.
unless you don't like gingerbread.
I like gingerbread.
I have obtained Gerald for me obtained fucking Peeps, the gingerbread Peeps.
Yes.
Yeah. He sent me a box specifically for us to try.
Okay, who was talking about somebody recently?
I know we were talking about Dr. Pepper Peeps.
No, somebody on Sunday, I don't remember, it might have been my mom, was talking about, because peanut chews. Oh, because peanut chews are made in Philadelphia. Okay. It's my grandfather's favorite candy. It's the only candy he will eat because he's so anti junk food and stuff like that. Yeah. But I was telling him about how Peeps, and then that got into the conversation of Peepsy, and then that to all the other, because I did that video, the other people Professor Macabro and stuff like that also did Peepsy videos. Yeah, okay. I was trying to remember, like, wait, where did
Yeah.
that come from?
But yeah, we got gingerbread peeps. They're sitting
Okay.
in my room. And then, oh yeah, and related to the pickle cotton candy one, I was scrolling back recently, and one of Gerald's friends had asked for pickle flavored Slim Jims.
Ooh.
Those actually sound okay.
Okay.
At least it's like meat and salt. Like
Yeah.
I would eat a Slim Jim and a pickle in the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but cotton candy.
I would not. Yeah.
No. Because it almost was like, you ever like when you throw stuff in the trash and like the juice gets on top of something else? It's kind of like that. Like a pickle jar opened up on a cotton candy thing, and it was disgusting.
But yeah, so I'm just like, oh wait, I had a new. But yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know I was coming over tonight. I was super late to work, and I didn't call ahead or whatever, and so they were like, yeah, we're gonna send you home. See you next shift. And I was like, all right. Well, shit. All right. Hey, New, what you up to?
Yeah. So I was at the theater because they.
Because normally I'm off on Saturdays, but he works.
And I work, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, last Saturday I worked at night because I had a funeral during the day, and then I locked myself out of my apartment.
You were telling me about that.
I got changed into out of my funeral clothes and into my work clothes. And I when you leave, I do the check and make sure everything. And I didn't check for my keys, and as soon as the door closed, I was like, oh. But thankfully, the owner that I work for is my landlord, so I have extra keys there. But then I'm struggling trying to remember the fucking code to get into the thing where the extra keys are, and I'm like, I know I wrote it down somewhere. I'm
probably back in the apartment now.
And Elvira's like, are you coming back to feed me?
God. But what were you about to say? Sorry, you were. Oh yeah, because the leak. Is that what you're gonna talk about?
Yeah. So there's a leak underneath of the soda machine, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. So I was like, if you're not cleaning the drain properly, it could. I don't know where it was coming from. So I took everything out of the thing, bleached it, put the fan on, and then you showed up. And then what was she saying? Something about me taking credit for her work?
Oh yeah, because you were like, you made a noise that implied I don't know if you said we or they or me, whatever, one of those. Yeah. You were like, we took out the in the way I just did
really
it.
down about pronouns.
Right. Like the way I just did it, where it's the main part of the phrase was took out all the stuff. Yeah. Could have been I, could have been that,
No, they took it out and I just moved them.
Yeah, and she was like, oh, you're taking credit for her work again. And I'm like, what?
I was like, when else have I taken credit? And she's like, I can't remember. And I was like, well, you can't start the conversation that way.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
Yeah.
Also, that they already knew I worked for you at one point, so I know exactly, how much. Well, to be fair, at the theater you probably would have insisted on doing it yourself because everyone there.
And that's what I was saying to her today. I was like, I used to just do everything by myself. Now I tell you guys what to do. Yeah. That's also because my knee, and then I fucked my rotator cuff up as well.
Fine.
Yeah. So I was just like, I'm falling apart, part, man. Right. I got in the shower the other day and I went like that, and I just went, and I just kept my arm that way for a couple minutes, and I was like, I'm okay. It's not as bad now, but it was bad. I don't know what I did. Getting old sucks.
Right? I can't tell if it's because of wrestling or because my body's just falling apart, but I was telling him earlier, my limbs are just not connected to my body. Yeah. More than they used to not be, My hip's mostly better, but I'll wake up and my leg, I can feel it's just not it.
Because we just ordered food, and I sat down on the floor, and you're like, I'm just getting all my limbs to pop back into place, and I was just like, and I thought to myself, any other person would be like, what the fuck did they just say?
And you're like,
but I'm just so used to it at this point that it's fine.
Yeah, I was like, I just sit on the couch for a second because of my hip, I gotta put it back. Yeah, because I'll just flex it and I'll just feel it, and I'm like, alright, that's back, I guess.
So we were supposed to film probably sometime in December.
We were saying something about that.
December, January. So have you seen any new movies recently?
I've seen a bunch, actually. I've been watching some that were come on, Metz, how have you not seen that yet? And then some random ones, because when I'm in Jersey, I'll just scroll around on Netflix or whatever. I saw Stepford Wives, the remake, apparently.
With Will Ferrell?
No. Maybe it's not the remake. I don't know.
Well, there's the original one, which was from the 70s. And then there's a more comedic remake with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Will Ferrell's in that?
Wasn't Will Ferrell in that?
I feel like I'd remember that because I do not enjoy his sense of, his style of comedy.
I thought Will Ferrell was in that. I could be wrong.
I was like, what?
I remember when that was in the theaters.
Yeah, because I remember Nicole Kidman was in it. Hold on a second. Because now, if he was there the whole fucking time and I just didn't know, Stepford Wives 2004.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, no, this is the one.
Okay.
Is he in it? Oh my god. That'd be crazy. Don't open that. What the fuck are you... In a nutshell. Quirky, playful, and bizarre. Thanks.
Which is the original one is not.
Oh, okay, I see. Matthew Broderick.
Okay. Will Ferrell's not in it? Oh, he's in Bewitched.
Oh, okay.
He's in the Bewitched.
I was like, I don't see it.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
alright. I knew the two of them were in a movie together.
Yeah. I watched that. I watched Gremlins.
Okay, which was... I can't believe you've never seen.
I know, right? Especially because I got you a Gremlins 2 thing.
Yeah,
I only saw the first one. I didn't watch the second one. Watched the second Scream movie, I think. I was gonna do a whole... Oh my god, what did I watch? Oh, I watched a show, the other day. I know it's not a movie, but it was Beef, I think it's called. I think it's a Netflix original, maybe. I don't know. That was wild. That was so good, but I did not like the ending.
Okay.
It starts out as like a road rage thing, and then they like slowly get more involved in each other's lives, and it's very chaotic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't like the ending. I feel like they should have ended it like one episode sooner.
Okay.
It's a fine ending, but personally, I'm like, oh, this would have been better if they just, because then it would be full circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's new or I don't know. What else did I watch? Oh my god, I'll just have stuff on in the background. Oh, why do I feel like I saw something recently that you also suggested I watch? Oh my god, I'm totally.
I saw The Monkey.
Okay,
which
you liked
I really
that.
liked.
I saw, yeah.
I did. It was super. You would have enjoyed it.
Damn.
It's super gory. There's this whole thing where like, cause like whenever the monkey like thing gets wound up, someone dies, but it's always really random. So like the dude from Parks and Rec, who was married to Amy Poehler on the show. Yeah. He's the dad, and he like goes into a pawn shop. And he's like, I have to get rid of this monkey. And they're like, no toys. And they keep going, you can't call it a toy. But as they walk in, you see like all this stuff. Like you see a mouse on the thing. You see these cans. You see a guy in a deep sea diving outfit with like a harpoon. Yeah. And you're like, how's all this thing going to fit together? And then when he turns the dial, the mouse starts chewing on a thing, which makes the can fall over the thing, which makes something, and then the fucking
like a Rube Goldberg.
Yeah, and that's like half the kills in this thing. But it like goes out and goes to the guy, and then comes backwards, just keeps pulling his guts into the thing. As Adam Scott's still trying to have the conversation, his guts are going by it. But then there's like the other one where the woman, she's wearing like. She's like an older lady. She's got her hair up in curlers, and she's got like the face mask stuff on. Yeah. And she like turns on the stove to light a cigarette. Her head catches on fire. You think she's going to die from her head catching on fire. Then she goes running outside. She steps on this thing, which you think is going to kill her. And then it just keeps going until finally she runs into the sign that says, like, for sale. Yeah. And then that goes through her head. So none of the others don't kill her.
That's awesome. If the Denethor scene was longer.
Yeah, exactly. But I was just like, this is so violent that it's fucking so hilarious.
Oh my god.
And yeah, I really liked it. And then we saw The Wolfman, which I was fine. I was really underwhelmed by the werewolf. Just looked like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay. You know, like fucking Ron Perlman in Beauty and the Beast kind of thing. Yeah. Very underwhelming. Nosferatu was cool. Okay. It had some stuff I really liked in it. Johnny Depp's daughter's nipples are weird. Sure. Very weird nipples. Okay. Like she's got little boobs, but she has like long nipples.
Oh, yeah. Rocket boobs. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. And everybody was asking me like, oh, have you seen Nosferatu yet? I was like, no, not yet, because I've been so busy. And then when I finally saw it, they're like, what'd you think of her boobs? And I was like,
they're
a little weird. Yeah, they were a little bit, they're different, you know?
Okay, sure.
And all I could think the entire time was since Dracula, Nosferatu in this is like, they gave him the mustache and everything, and people didn't like that. I was like, fine. But, like, he's clearly rotting. He's dead. Yeah. And they're having these scenes where they're, like, in each other's faces, and it's all intimate. I was like, his breast probably smells like shit.
Right?
Yeah. Like a throw-up bucket.
No.
And a pee bottle.
No!
Inside jokes are fun.
Oh, my God.
Again, you get to the point in your life where you just go, like, what happened to me?
Right? Like,
if I ever got to that point, like, again, my mom was here on Sunday. She goes, your apartment's dirty because I have hardwood floors, and when you walk in, you can see like shoes. And I was like, my apartment is perfectly clean.
Yeah, your apartment is fine. I assure you.
The only thing that was messy on my old apartment when you stayed over
was the microwave. That was still so funny.
Metz was house sitting for me. Where did I go? Did I go to?
You were in. It was somewhere where I could have gone. I know that.
Maybe we were at a con or something like that.
You went to a con, And so for the weekend, I took care of Elvira and I just crashed at his place because why not? I remember your apartment was immaculate, and then I went to open the microwave to like make something, and it looked like you had killed a baby in there. Like it was like.
But I'm not an abnormally large.
No,
baby.
But yeah, it was like, okay, this is the one thing I guess. Everything else was literally pristine. And then, the microwave was just trashed for some reason.
Because then,
you end up just buying a new one.
Yeah, because my friend was making fun of me because I didn't have a microwave, I didn't have pots and pans. So I went and bought all these things, and then I sent pictures
of them to the friend.
Like, look at me, like I'm a big boy now. And they're just like,
that's awesome.
You're a fucking idiot is what you are.
Yeah, I know. I'll always be like, that was always so funny because I'd just never seen the inside of your microwave, and that was where all the grossness hides. Like,
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was just because I didn't put a cover on a thing, and it like exploded.
I'm being dramatic, but it was just like, oh, there's sauce in here. Okay, you know. I just remember thinking that I was like, this is the one thing he lets go.
Yeah, it's like a person like who like. You know, like they pull out their hair, so it's like the one thing they can control.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I'm like, your closet's like perfectly organized. Like anything I needed, it was like it's perfectly organized. And then just the microwave, I was like, aha, you're not perfect.
That's
you
right.
Got it.
I'm not perfect. No. Well, that's what I'm not. I showed you the video of Melissa. It was this sofa. I just fucking fell face first onto it. I was super drunk last Friday night.
So funny.
And you should watch the video. My friend.
My God.
We went to go see my friends dance. And and so I was drinking, and then we came back here. Well, Melissa and I came back here because Melissa was a ride, and apparently I was just
gone,
passed out, my face here with a big smile, looking at her with my ass out in the air.
That's awesome.
And I was just like, I'm sorry.
I don't think I've seen you that drunk, because like the one Halloween stream, you were.
I was gone,
drunk.
but I remember it though.
Yeah. Oh, you told me the time you.
Well,
did.
not.
I think retroactively you may have. Yeah.
I think like pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all coming back to me now.
You definitely didn't fall naked, half naked.
No.
At any point.
No. But it's like before that, the only other time I remember being like super, super drunk was when I worked at Screenwave.
Oh, yeah.
When we got overserved at that bar, and our bill came to like $1,000 for 4 people.
Oh my God.
And the only thing I remember was that I set my alarm because the Zack Snyder Justice League trailer was going to drop. This is like 2020, 2021, something like that. And I woke up like thinking that I missed it. But I was so drunk, and all I remember from getting home that night was that I thought I was going to get sick, and I didn't.
Nice.
And then,
also not good for you.
Well, no, because I got naked.
Okay, sure.
And laid in my bathtub.
Oh, just in case?
Just in case, but then the person I was with then, she also got into the bathtub.
Oh no!
And we fell asleep in my old bathtub. And then she woke up because she wanted to meditate.
Sure.
So I went and like drug myself back to my bed, because you remember like my old apartment.
There was a distance.
Yeah, and she just sat in the bathtub meditating.
Sure.
And I was just like, I don't remember anything. And then we fell asleep, and then I woke up because my alarm went off for the Justice League thing. And then when I came out, I realized I had a flat tire.
Oh.
But I didn't remember driving home.
Oh no.
I don't think I did.
Someone else probably did.
But it couldn't have been her.
Oh yeah,
we fell asleep naked in the bathtub, you know?
Yeah, no, alright, that's fair.
It's cold. Like, you don't want to do that, you know?
Oh my God, that's great. No, I've been drinking a little bit as of late, cause, fucking, what was I gonna say? Back in, like, 2019-ish, every month they had, Vortex. I think I remember that. Well, it's back. I don't know. I think it came back a little bit ago, actually, but I wasn't able to make it because I was always working on a Friday night. And now I'm like, well, I have TRL, but like our show ends at like
Total Request Live.
Yes.
With Carson Daly.
Everyone always makes that joke. Yeah, Total Wrestling Live. We no Carson Daly. I'm sorry.
How about Mick Foley on Hot Wings? Hot Ones.
Oh my God, I still haven't watched that. Fuck.
I saw a picture with him yesterday.
Oh yeah, he met a China cosplayer.
That's right. Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Yeah, I was already following her. She looked exactly like her. Right? She didn't have like an English accent, like honestly. But yeah, no, that was a crazy picture.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, our show ends at like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest, right? So we still have time, and Vortex ends at 2. So I've just been dragging people to Vortex.
There you go.
So which is great. Which is also funny because then like the most recent time I changed at the factory before I left, and so like I was in like my ring announcing dress, very like formal looking. And nice.
What's it called?
Oh, my red velvet dress, and now I am red velvet cake. Which is hilarious to me. But, which now one of the fucking audience members adds with the frosting. I don't know what that means.
When you're older, I'll explain it.
And I asked her, I was like, why are you saying that? She's like, I just thought of it. But yeah, I'm red velvet cake now. But, yeah, so I changed out this, like, super nice, like, formal dress, and then,
I'm an apple fritter.
Glazed. So
you're coming back with the towel, right?
Right? I only have wet wipes. No.
Yeah, I look like a toaster strudel.
But yeah, and then I was in like full fishnet, like I put electrical tape on my nipples, like pasties. I did wear something out of there just to, and like, shorts, like I was, and then everyone's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to a thing,
I'm going to church.
I'm going to church, yeah. No, but so yeah, I've been having a great time going to Vortex again.
That's cool.
What else have I been doing? Oh yeah, we celebrated my birthday last week. Last week?
No.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what day it is,
it's
man.
It's the end of the month.
Fuck, it is.
I was like, wait a minute, because I posted the thing in the community tab, and I was like, no, I did it on your birthday.
Yeah, as soon as I said last week, you're like, fuck.
No, no.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago was my birthday, and it was also someone at the factory. We have the same birthday, but it's off by a day. He's February 14th, 97. I'm February 15th, 97.
Oh, that's right. You're another 97.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as yeah.
My friend is also born in 1997.
Yes, you mentioned her age, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And I'm no longer 27 because I just turned 28.
She's August.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. What if you're wrong? And now she watches.
No, I know.
Oh my god.
I know. It's August 15th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was joking, but also now you've dug yourself deeper. If it is.
Well, no, because you're February 15th.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm being an asshole, but See, I make fun of them for being mean to you, and then now I'm being...
Yeah, you're watching that. Metz is watching the video.
I'm like, why aren't they helping you?
Yeah.
They're being so mean. And now I'm like, what if you're wrong? Yeah. What if you're wrong about everything? No,
it could be.
It's the fun type of gaslighting.
But that yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I do to the kids at work now. Oh, and I said something, I was like, you know what that's called? And they're like, no, I said gaslighting. And then I turn the light off so it's pitch black, and they have to go back out of the office.
That's awesome. But what was I saying about that though? Fuck, I don't remember. Oh yeah, we just went and yeah, I did like this. Actually, it was probably one of the better birthdays I've ever had. I did like this 3-day thing because on the 13th, so 2 days before, we went and a bunch of my coworkers and I went to an escape room, and then we got like Mexican after. That was a blast. And then, cause we went to do like a dual thing, cause I was the 15th, but then, one of my other coworkers was the 12th. Yeah. So yeah, we did this like dual thing. We did this like really long escape room. It was actually really fun.
Never done one of those before.
They are a blast. We actually need to do one at some point. But, yeah, and then, what was I gonna say? Yeah, and then the next day on the 14th, we went to an emo night at the Kung Fu Necktie. Nice. Because the guy I was talking earlier, he is a big emo fan. So, yeah, we went there. I tried to I actually successfully wingman for him. Nice. But then that didn't really work out, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I wingman for him.
For your friend.
Yeah. Yes. And,
my friend is literally just my friend. I just don't get that wrong. The whole thing was I didn't want to.
It sounds less now like she's a friend.
No, it is. But like I felt bad because I was just like I just didn't want to put somebody on blast. But now I'm saying it. Now she's gonna watch it and be like, "Why are you gonna make people think?" Like
that? Yeah, no, you're good. But and then on my actual
she's imaginary anyway.
Right. On my actual birthday, oh my god, like 10 minutes from where I'm moving. There's it's $20 per head. There's it's sushi and Chinese food, like all sorts of just a buffet. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's.
You remember? I grew up in that area.
Oh right, that's true. Yeah.
That's because you're literally going to be you're going to be like working around the corner from where my ex-girlfriend grew up.
Yeah.
You might see her and her family. Well, probably not her because she lives in Florida now.
Oh, okay.
Her mom might be around there, you know.
Whatever.
You wouldn't know she is.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't recognize each other. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know how much detail I'm gonna give about where I'm moving, but at the very least for now, I'm gonna.
We'll her address, your address will be right here. We'll just pop it up right here. And you're like, wait, he doesn't edit, so he's fine. And no one's gonna find out.
Oh my god! But what was I saying? Fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so we went to
Chinese.
Yeah, buffet. So yeah, I had like all you can eat sushi. It was a really good time. So yeah, like 3 days worth of celebration.
That's
I guess.
Pretty good. And
then I wasn't scheduled the next day for work, so I just hung out. It was a really good weekend.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, aside from all the stress and awful things I told you when I got here, I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, we basically caught each other up on the last, like...
Yeah.
I'd say November, December, months, January, February... Yeah, 4 months now. Yeah.
Technically, I had to pull you back even further because there was stuff that I hadn't told you during filming because I didn't want to, like, pull you aside and be like, hey, I know you're trying to, like, get everybody together, but, like, hey, you know.
This is going on.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, how fucking dare you? I am the fucking star, you know?
Right.
No,
I was about to reference something that might be too on the nose. But
you know that one of the people died, right?
Wait. Oh, yeah,
okay, all right. I didn't know if you knew about that or not.
No, not her. I wasn't going to reference her. I was
okay.
somebody else. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't remember if we talked about it or not. The one person who compared herself to Meryl Streep. That's what I was going to say. I was like, oh, you're Meryl Streep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
That person is not dead. I'm not making fun of a dead person. We're good.
No, I wasn't either, but like...
No, I know.
Yeah, we had a person on set that we had a very, very difficult time with.
Yeah.
And then we found out they passed away. And I don't feel bad about it. No, because there was a lot of other factors going on there, and I was very friendly and very open before that whole thing happened. So it's like, this ain't on me, and it's not like you can't. And it wasn't like an illness thing where it's like people's personalities change if they're having cancer or something like that. So I was just like, well, that's fucked up, but like also like
it does suck, but
because that was a rough weekend, and that kind of threw off the pH balance of that weekend, you know.
Yeah.
But now we're getting ready for the next one, you know, and we're doing 2 starting as soon as I finish the fucking scripts.
Yeah.
And then I can't talk about those yet. I'll tell you about those.
Yeah, we'll get to those.
But yeah, I can't talk about those yet. But no, we've been busy. So whenever people are always like, "Are you and Metz not friends anymore?"
No,
and then people were like, "Well, you have the tendency to chase people away." And I was just God. What the fuck?
We actually, back in like December, we scheduled the time to get together, and I didn't show up. I don't even remember what the fuck was going on that day.
There was something going on, yeah.
But I wasn't able to make it, so,
But it's not like we don't
not
go...
Like you're chasing me away.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to show up on Hack the Movies.
Oh, man. Y'all have... If that ever happens, y'all have every
right to...
That would be
fucking funny.
That'd be insane. No, like, it would have to be... Like, me going undercover. There's no other option.
No, I would prefer it if you were. I prefer if you went in straight. Which we know ain't gonna happen with you. Yeah, because there's been a lot of people like, aren't you friends with that person? I was like, yeah, man, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Good for them,
right?
You know?
No, we're definitely still friends.
Yeah.
I just, especially the past, like, month-ish, I've been so, like... I've been calling out of work a lot. I've been calling out of training. Like, I just can't function.
Yeah.
But there is light on the horizon.
Yes.
I will be out of that apartment. So...
And that's a lot, too. That's, like, everything you're dealing with right now is a lot to, like, take in and to keep yourself motivated. Like, granted, I live literally... a stone's throw from my job.
Yeah.
So these are the only 2 places I go.
Right.
You know, I'm here, I'm doing stuff here, I'm working on the scripts, I'm working on the edit, or I'm at work or friends. See, that was plural that time because I have other friends, you know, all of them female, which is kind of funny because the girl you met tonight was just like, what's your deal? And I was like, what do you mean? You're like, why do you keep bringing girls in here? And I was just like, my friends want to see my apartment. And I was like, I'm sorry that there's so many elderly prostitutes that I pay.
Right.
Because that's what that dude was saying.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually just, like, talking about that, like, just, I was about to say on Reddit and that sound, I knew that was gonna, like, instinct, no, on, like, Ask Reddit After Dark or whatever, someone posted, like, oh, what's the biggest, like, age gap you've ever had?
Yeah.
But I ended up mentioning you and your how I'm like, yeah, no, because I always like to bring you up, especially when guys are like, oh, well, I'm short, I can't get anyone. And I'm like, nah,
I'm
this
5'5",
right? I'm like, no, and you're just constantly surrounded by tall, gorgeous women, and I'm like, that you maybe don't suck, and then
maybe
that's how that came out. Someone was like, oh, it's nice when, like, the younger woman initiates for an older guy or whatever.
Oh, that was... Okay, so that was the conversation. Another friend of mine, they're in that period of time with their boyfriend where they're just, like, asking random questions about their past and stuff like that, I guess. And he was telling her that if a guy sees a woman who he finds attractive with a lot of other men, he automatically finds her less attractive.
Okay.
But if a woman doesn't find a man attractive, but she sees him with attractive women, it makes her more intrigued.
That one makes sense.
No, it does. That does. But the other one, because...
Well, I think because the first one is probably from guys being like, oh, that means she's easy or whatever.
I wish. Like, everything's so difficult anymore.
Right? But, but if you are a guy surrounded by a lot of women, it's like, oh, good, that means he's probably not a horrible piece of shit.
Yeah, but he has a female cat, though.
That's true.
Right. As I learned on that date. I still talk about that. I went on one date.
It's such a wild thing to say.
Because she had, like, a kid, and I was like, that's cool, and like, I was like, I have a cat, and she's like, what's his name? And I was like, her name, and she's like, women don't respect men who have female cats. I know I've told this story on this channel before, but that, like, it really stuck with me for a while, you know?
I've never heard that. Like, at least the shit that the guy you were just talking about was saying, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
It's a little bit dumb, particularly the former part of it, but, like, you know, at least I've heard that before.
But then it, like, because it made me think, I was like, well, maybe some of the women in my life are like, what is going on there? Because they see me with XYZ. Because one friend, you know, before things happened, they were intrigued by me because of other people who were around at that time. And that's what made them intrigued. And they told me that. And I was like, you shouldn't tell me that as my friend.
I hope I've inadvertently intrigued people to you.
Oh, yeah, well, people are like, and you survived?
You know? Oh my god, today. So yeah, I go meet him at this workplace. He's trying to handle this leak or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, the couple people still there closing up. And I don't even remember what the one kid said, but you were like, careful. If I tell Metz to kill you, they will.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what he said in response. I just remember thinking, I was like, oh yeah.
But he's like, I know.
Yeah.
He's a little. He looks like. You ever see the Willy Wonka remake?
Yeah.
Not the one with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He looks like the kid who plays Charlie in that. Yeah, Freddie Highmane or whatever his name is.
How old is he? Because I'm like significantly taller than him. I'm not even wearing my boots. Okay, that.
Yeah, they're all kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say they all look young and.
Because my mom and my stepdad came up on Sunday. And I went over there to grab something, and the one girl was working. She's like, "Oh, you're Newt's mom, the girl you met tonight." Newt's mom. I was like, so I was like, "Don't talk to her." And like, my mom's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, don't talk to her." I was like, "Yeah." So I had her like thinking that like my mom was thinking like I'm like abusive to my employees.
Yeah.
But then we went to Walmart because I had to get cat stuff, and I ran into some of my other employees who were over there hanging out, and they were just, like, I think they were shocked by the fact that I have like a mom, like that I was like birthed by someone.
You just spawned out.
Yeah, they were like, we didn't think you had a mom, and I was like, what? Yeah, I was placed in the reeds and floated
like,
down the river.
Alternatively, they're like, that's where you get the F pass. You have 2 dads.
That's very true. Yeah, I have 0 dads. So that's it. We've been busy, and we're gonna get back to doing regular content. I haven't been doing much content for the channel. Anyway, you know, the edit of the movie has been super important. Getting ready for the next movie. And running this place has been a fucking nightmare. I've told you all of the stories about that. I had to lock the owner out of the Facebook page because he was saying insane things. And I was like, why do I have to be the adult?
Right.
Oh, and then I told you the other thing about the police.
Oh, yes, that. Yeah.
Which eventually I'm going to have to tell that story.
At some point.
At some point when I'm legally allowed to. but some wild
To
shit.
be clear, though, he did not do anything.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Situation.
Someone tried to blame me for something legally wrong.
Yeah.
And I had a police officer
Oh,
show up because I had 2 cops in one day. One was because of a domestic situation with somebody else, and I kind of had to get in the middle of it to talk sense into people. And then another cop showed up, and I was like, no, I already took care of it. And they're like, no, we're from something else.
God.
So...
But yeah, we can get more into it later.
Another time.
I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. And when
either situation.
Yes, no, in either situation, my God. But yeah, so I had to I'm talking to the cop and then to the owner of this business and explaining to him the situation that he was walking into.
Yeah.
And then just fucking blew up the other dude's spot. Like, okay, here's his phone number, here's his lawyer's phone number, here's his son's phone number. Take care of it. I was like, because I was like, how long did you think you were going to be able to get away with that? That was wild, though.
We'll loop back to that at some point.
At some point, we'll go back into it.
Because I know when people are, and I just really want to make sure nobody finds me.
I killed a bunch of abnormally large infants, and I ate them, and I put them in my old microwave.
Oh my God! But I have not debuted yet. Don't worry.
Yes, we were talking about that tonight.
You have not missed out on any Metz in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Technically speaking, you've missed out on seeing me ring announce. I guess if you have the Monster Factory page, you watched any of the last couple TRLs. So you can see the
live. Of course,
yeah. Stop saying that. But I have not been wrestling yet. So you guys haven't missed anything. Don't worry, I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I promised y'all I'd tell you, and I mean it.
Yes. So. I told you about my creepy dream.
Yeah.
My fucking creepy dream that you were in, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a lucid dreamer. My dreams fuck me up.
Yeah.
And just this. How casually I went along with
right.
that whole thing just for
to Colorado.
Yeah, we'll just move to Colorado. Oh, you're dating my friend is dating my ex-friend? Okay, that's weird. Sure, why not? Why didn't you tell me as I drove all the way to Colorado? And then fucking mimics outside, the Appalachian Trail mimics were out there. That was creepy because I woke up and I was just like,
yeah.
But I also
Colorado.
Well, it's also because I Lana, another friend, gave me edibles the night that we watched Captain America, and she's like, they're not that strong, so I had half, and I was
gone.
I was voice texting with my friend, a different friend, a friend of a friend, but yeah, so we were going back and forth. And then I don't remember, I apparently just started saying weird stuff, and I was like, oh, it hit me. And then the next day, I was in the bathroom, and I got out of the shower, I'm toweling off and stuff like that, and I go to grab my toothbrush, and I just kind of stood there for a couple minutes, staring at my reflection, and I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm still fucking high, man. What happened here? And then the next day, obviously, being drunk and having to go to a funeral was not fun, but yeah, I'm too old. And then my mom was making fun of me because she's because I didn't drink till I was 22.
Okay.
And I never drink, and occasionally.
Yeah, you really don't.
My mom's 60-something, but she'll get together with her girlfriends that she's been friends with since they were little kids, and then they'll drink and stuff like that. And I was just like, don't tell me I'm too old, Anne Marie. She said that one of the dudes, one of her friends' husbands came downstairs and my mom was asleep on their sofa, and my mom gave them the finger, and I was just like, that's not nice, and I was like, you're not a teenager anymore, okay?
Right.
And then she complained that my floor was dirty, so I was like, fuck you, I'm not gonna invite you here anymore.
His floor is not dirty.
It was bad when we had the snow and stuff like that because I'd be trekking.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's salt coming in off your shoes.
But I got those wet jet things for hardwood. And I think she pulled that up. There's a piece of wood from
I've been staring at that this whole time.
Yeah, because it's
not
a different color.
Exactly. I'm just
And that's where I keep my pee jar.
Oh,
and that's where I keep my throw up.
No, you're gonna fucking say that.
And I just have mason jars of ejaculate in there. I'm like Howard Hughes at this point.
Thank God that's not a factor in the situation that you're referencing.
Looks like the coconut.
Coconut milk or whatever.
No, well, it's that stuff. That's what it's like a moisturizer.
Oh, coconut oil.
Coconut oil. I just have that. And they're like, oh, use a lot of coconut oil. I was like, yes, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
I fill up an entire mason jar. Since my surgery, when I ejaculate, my forehead caves in.
You'd think that'd be prevented by the like piece of metal in
No,
there? But
nope, not at all.
That
Nope.
actually makes it worse.
It does, yeah, because then I gotta fish it back out. You know, push it. I gotta go like this. It's like making your ears pop.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
What was at work the chair in my office, like the thing had broken, and it's like it's like an old like swivel chair.
Yeah, sure.
And there's like padding on the thing, and something like I took the pen out, and you know it's got like the long ink thing in it. It fell through, so when they walked in, I was just going like that, and I was like, and I'm like flipping my bean as I'm trying to get this fucking pen out of here. It's like, don't look at me. No, look at me. Are you my friend? So that's what we've learned.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get back to doing regularly sourced programming.
But especially because probably for a little bit, because I was initially when I moved to New Jersey, the initial plan was to just like commute to my current job, and but I don't actually know if that's going to be feasible. So I might be briefly unemployed, in which case I will be able to come here.
There you go. Look at all the content we're going to make. Yeah, it's just, there hasn't really been anything out that I feel like talking about.
Yeah.
Like, we did Captain America, and I did a review the next day, just because, like, Lana and Dave were like, what do you want to talk about? I was like, there's really nothing to talk about, you know?
If I go back and check some of the stuff that I've watched, because it's all in my watch history.
Well, we got to do another Texas Chainsaw one.
Yes,
we do have to fill in the rest of the Chainsaw movies.
We do.
Because I literally just was having that conversation with somebody the other day, and I was just like, and it dawned on me, oh yeah, Metz said they could watch the Chainsaw movies.
I did watch all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to go back and see what I've watched that we can talk about. And we'll come up with something.
Yeah,
we always.
Yeah, I mean, coming up with content isn't the problem.
No,
it's just the idea of just getting together to do it.
And thankfully, I'm so glad you're only about an hour away from where I'm moving.
Okay.
Because I was worried that since you're an hour from my current location, and the place I'm moving,
coming out diagonally.
Yeah, the place I'm moving is an hour from my current location. I was worried, but it's making a little triangle, so we're good. It's approximately
the Bermuda Triangle.
Yes, exactly. So I was worried that it was going to be an additional hour, and I'd have to drive 2 hours from Jersey.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah, I mean, I was still gonna do it, but yeah, right. I was still gonna do it, but
we're not friends anymore.
Yeah. So
all right. Yeah. Well, that's it. We just wanted to tell you people that we are still friends. And we'll be doing some more content and stuff like that. But yeah, you kind of got a hold of me late and was like, let's get together. And I was like, we even caught each other up on what the fuck's been going on for the last few months. Yeah. So, all right, that's it. Bye, my friends.